something shifted in your energy field last night. Not while you were meditating, not while you were setting intentions, or holding crystals, or speaking words into the dark. It happened while you were sleeping, while you were somewhere between this world and the deep quiet. Your energy field, the luminous electromagnetic architecture that surrounds and permeates every cell of your body, completed something that had been building for a very long time, something that your conscious mind has not yet fully caught up to. And the fact that you are here right now, watching this transmission, feeling that quiet pull toward these words, that is not coincidence. That is not an algorithm serving you random content on a random afternoon. That is your field, your aura, your personal broadcast to the quantum universe, actively drawing toward itself the confirmation it needs. Because at some level, below conscious thought, you already know. Something in you has been sitting with a quiet, unexplainable knowing that you are standing at the edge of something enormous. That the ground beneath your ordinary life has fundamentally shifted. That you are not radiating the same signal you were radiating a week ago, a month ago, a season ago. You are not. And today, I am going to show you exactly what happened at the quantum level, at the level of your measurable electromagnetic field, and why it changes everything about what reality can now deliver to you. Here is what I want you to understand before we go any further. Your aura is not a spiritual concept. It is not a metaphor. It is not the wishful thinking of people who want the universe to be more beautiful than it is. Your aura is a measurable, scientifically documented electromagnetic field generated primarily by your heart, an organ that produces an electrical field 60 times more powerful than the brain, and a magnetic field that extends several feet beyond your physical body in every direction. The HeartMath Institute has been measuring this field for decades. Quantum biologists study it. Electromagnetic researchers map it. And what they have found is extraordinary. This field carries information. It broadcasts a frequency. It is not passive. It is not decorative. It is the most powerful, creative, and protective instrument you possess. And it has been radiating your actual signal, your true frequency signature, every single moment of your life. Most of that broadcasting you never consciously chose. Most of it has been running on the patterns installed in you by fear, by conditioning, by the accumulated weight of everything that ever told you to make yourself smaller, quieter, less. Your aura has been radiating those patterns outward into the quantum field. And the quantum field, which does not judge, does not argue, does not ask whether you meant it, has been assembling reality around that signal, responding to it, delivering back to you the experiences, the people, the circumstances that match the frequency you have been broadcasting. But last night, something changed. Last night, something in your field crossed a threshold. And the reason I need you to understand the mechanics of this, really understand them, not just feel inspired by them, is that understanding is what makes the shift permanent. Understanding is what takes a quantum reorganization that happened while you slept and turns it into a conscious, directed, unstoppable radiance that you carry into every room, every relationship, every moment from here forward. So let us begin at the beginning. Let us begin with what your aura actually is, how it actually works, and why what happened to yours recently is something that forces operating at the highest dimensions of quantum intelligence are paying very close attention to. Your energy field, your aura, is not one thing. It is a nested series of electromagnetic and quantum fields that extend outward from your body in layers, each one carrying different kinds of information, each one interacting with the world around you in different ways. The innermost layer, the one closest to your physical body, is the densest and most directly tied to your physical health and vitality. It carries information about the state of your nervous system, your cellular coherence, the biochemical symphony happening inside you at every moment. It is the layer that healers and physicians and energy workers can sometimes feel with their hands when they pass them slowly through the space just beyond your skin. It is the layer that animals respond to instinctively, that children perceive before they have language for it, that the most sensitive people in your life have always been able to read without knowing exactly what they were reading. Moving outward, the next layers carry emotional information, the actual vibrational quality of what you are feeling, not what you think you are feeling, not what you tell people you are feeling, but what is actually moving through your energy system right now. And here is where it gets important. Your aura does not broadcast what you perform. It broadcasts what you are. You can smile and say you are fine, and your electromagnetic field will simultaneously be broadcasting the actual frequency of what is happening beneath that smile. The quantum field reads your signal, not your story about your signal. It reads the electromagnetic truth of your inner life with a precision that no amount of social performance can obscure. This is why some people walk into a room and everyone feels better. Not because those people said the right things or wore the right expression, because their field, their actual electromagnetic broadcast, was carrying coherent, high-frequency information that the nervous systems of everyone around them entrained to. Entrainment is a quantum principle. Fields of similar frequency naturally synchronize. When a coherent field enters proximity with a less coherent one, the less coherent field tends to rise toward the coherence of the stronger signal. This is not mysticism. This is physics. This is what happens when two tuning forks are placed near each other and one is struck. The other begins to vibrate at the same frequency without being touched. Your energy field does this. Every energy field does this. And the stronger and more coherent your signal, the more powerfully your field influences the fields around you. You have been that person in the room. Maybe not always. Maybe not in the seasons when your own field was under pressure. But there have been moments, you know which ones, where you walked into a space and something shifted, where people turned toward you without knowing why, where the atmosphere changed, where conversations that were tense became lighter, where people who were closed became open, where the quality of the air itself seemed to change simply because you entered it. That was not your personality. That was not your charm, or your social skill, or your emotional intelligence, though all of those things matter. That was your aura at high coherence, broadcasting a frequency so clear and strong that the fields around you had no choice but to respond. That is what your field is capable of. That is what it is moving toward right now. But before we talk about where you are going, we need to talk about what you have been through. Because the shift that happened in your field last night did not come from nowhere. It came from something. It came from a quality of endurance that is rarer than talent, rarer than intelligence, rarer than what most people think of when they think of spiritual development. You have been in a season of what I can only call the long silence, a period where the outer world did not reflect what you could feel building internally, where the gap between what you sensed was coming and what you could actually see in your physical reality felt enormous, felt almost unbearable at times, where you kept your frequency as high as you could manage through circumstances that were not designed to make that easy. Through the 3 a.m. moments when you lay in the dark, wondering if any of this was real. Through the conversations that drained you, through the doors that closed without explanation, through the waiting, the long, unexplained, apparently unrewarded waiting, through the moments when you looked at your life and could not find a single piece of visible evidence that the inner work you were doing was producing any change whatsoever in the outer world you were living in. And here is what is extraordinary about what you did during that time. You held, not perfectly, not without moments of doubt or exhaustion, or the quiet desperation that comes when faith has nothing visible to stand on. But fundamentally, at the level of your deepest vibrational signature, you held. You did not collapse into bitterness. You did not surrender your frequency to the chaos around you. You did not let the noise of low vibrational reality permanently overwrite the signal of who you actually are. You did not stop believing, even when believing felt like the least rational thing available to you. Even when everyone around you was operating from fear and scarcity and the grinding pragmatism of people who have given up on something larger, you kept a thread of connection to your own signal. You kept coming back to it, quietly, without fanfare, without anyone necessarily noticing. You kept coming back to yourself, again and again and again. Not because it was easy, because something in you knew that your signal, your actual frequency, the truth of who you are at the quantum level, was worth protecting. That is what shifted last night. That is what completed. Because there is a threshold in the development of a human energy field, a point of coherence where the accumulated weight of all that holding, all that returning to yourself, all that quiet choosing of your own frequency over the noise of fear and doubt and delay reaches a critical mass where it stops being something you are working toward and becomes something you simply are, where the frequency you have been practicing becomes your baseline, where the signal you have been building becomes your permanent broadcast, where you stop having to consciously choose your frequency in every difficult moment because your field has integrated that frequency so deeply that it has become the ground you stand on, rather than the mountain you are climbing. You crossed that threshold last night, and the quantum field noticed. Now let me take you into the mechanics of this, because this is where it gets extraordinary. This is where quantum physics and the ancient understanding of your personal luminous field meet in a way that will change how you see yourself forever. Quantum physics tells us something remarkable about the relationship between consciousness and reality. It tells us that observation changes what is observed. That the act of a conscious observer registering a particle, attending to it, measuring it, actually collapses its wave function from a state of infinite possibility into a specific, defined reality. The observer does not just watch reality. The observer participates in creating it. The observer's attention is not passive. It is generative. It is a force. This is not a philosophical position or an interpretation. It is an experimentally verified fact of quantum mechanics, demonstrated in laboratories, replicated across decades of research, accepted as foundational by physicists who study the behavior of matter at its most fundamental level. Now take that principle and scale it up from the level of subatomic particles to the level of consciousness itself, to the level of your energy field, your aura, your personal electromagnetic broadcast. What happens when a field of higher dimensional intelligence, consciousness operating at frequencies beyond the bandwidth of ordinary human perception, turns its observational field toward your specific frequency signature? What happens when that quality of attention begins to attend to you? What happens when you become visible to a level of awareness that does not typically register the ordinary noise of human experience? The same principle applies. Observation changes what is observed. Being seen at that level, being registered by that quality of attention, does not leave you unchanged. It catalyzes. It activates. It accelerates the collapse of your highest potentials from wave function, from the infinite possibility space where they have been waiting, into manifest reality. When higher dimensional intelligence observes your field with genuine recognition of what it contains, the act of that observation itself becomes a creative force in your life. The possibilities that have been hovering in quantum superposition, existing as potential without yet having collapsed into specific physical reality, begin to collapse, begin to manifest, begin to appear in your life with a speed and precision that can feel almost startling. This is what happened to you recently. Your frequency shifted to a level where you became visible, became detectable to intelligences that do not typically attend to the ordinary noise of low vibrational human experience. You crossed a threshold of coherence, a point where the signal of your energy field became clear enough, strong enough, specific enough to register on a different scale of awareness entirely. And what those higher forces, those intelligences of quantum coherence saw in your field, it stunned them. Not because you are performing perfectly, Not because you have achieved some external measure of spiritual success. Not because your life looks a certain way from the outside, or because you have accumulated some impressive collection of spiritual credentials, but because of what your energy field revealed about the kind of consciousness you have been quickly becoming. Because of what they saw in the quality of your frequency itself. Because of what is written in the electromagnetic signature of your aura. A signature that cannot be faked, cannot be performed, cannot be manufactured through intention alone. It can only be earned through the actual lived experience of choosing your frequency through everything designed to make you abandon it. If this transmission is landing in your body as recognition, if you can feel your field responding to these words, I want to invite you to like this video and subscribe so these transmissions keep finding you when your field is ready for them. Now let us go deeper. Let me show you something about your field right now. Close your eyes for a moment, if you are able, and bring your attention to the space just beyond your skin, not inside your body, just beyond it. An inch, maybe 2. Just beyond the boundary of your physical form. Can you feel something there? A quality of warmth, maybe. A subtle aliveness. A sense that the space around you is not empty, but occupied by something that is but more than your physical body. A presence that extends into the room you are sitting in, that fills the air around you with something that has weight and warmth and a quality that is distinctly, unmistakably yours. That is your field. That is your aura. That is the electromagnetic signature that has been radiating from you every moment of your life. And right now, in this moment, it is doing something it was not doing before. It is radiating at a higher frequency, with more coherence, with more clarity, with more of your actual signal, the true frequency of who you are, and less of the interference patterns that used to muddy it, less of the static generated by fear and conditioning and the accumulated weight of everything that told you to dim yourself. More of the pure, clear, unmistakable signal of who you actually are beneath all of that. Feel that. Let that land not in your mind, but in your body. Because your body knows. Your body is a quantum instrument, a biological antenna tuned to receive and broadcast frequency. And somewhere in your chest, somewhere in the space behind your sternum, there is a recognition happening right now, a resonance, a quiet cellular yes that says, this is real. This is about me. This is what I have been trying to understand. This is the language that matches what I have been feeling, but could not find words for. That is not imagination. That is recognition. Your aura knows. Now let me tell you a story, because there is a truth I want to show you about frequency and radiance, and what happens when a signal finally becomes clear. And sometimes, the most precise way to show a truth is through the life of someone who lived it. There was a woman named Miriam who had spent the better part of a decade building something invisible. Not a business, not a career, not a relationship, though all of those things were part of her life. She had been building something that had no name in the ordinary world, a quality of inner coherence, a way of being that held steady under pressure, a frequency that she had been choosing again and again through circumstances that were not designed to make choosing it easy. Miriam had not had an easy path. She had known loss, the kind that reorganizes everything, the kind that leaves you standing in the ruins of the life you thought you were building, and having to decide, in the rubble, who you are going to be now. She had known seasons of profound uncertainty, where the ground beneath her ordinary life seemed to dissolve entirely, where nothing she reached for felt solid, where the future she had been counting on disappeared and left only open, terrifying space in its place. She had known the particular loneliness of someone who can feel something enormous building inside them, but cannot yet see it reflected anywhere in their outer world, who looks at their life and sees the gap, the maddening, faith-testing gap between what they sense is possible and what is currently visible. And through all of it, Miriam had made a choice. Not once, not dramatically, not in a single moment of cinematic transformation. She had made it quietly, repeatedly, in the small moments. The choice to return to herself. The choice to protect her frequency. The choice to keep believing in the signal she could feel radiating from somewhere deep inside her, even when nothing in her outer reality confirmed it, even when the people around her thought she was being naive, even when the practical voice in her own head told her she was wasting time on something that was not real. She had a friend named Theo who watched all of this with a kind of bewildered admiration. Theo was brilliant, motivated, relentlessly strategic. He was always working on something, always optimizing, always pursuing the next thing that would finally produce the result he was after. He tracked his habits, measured his output, adjusted his approach with the precision of someone who believed deeply that the right system applied with enough discipline would eventually produce any desired outcome. And he could not understand Miriam, could not understand how she could be so still inside when her outer circumstances were so uncertain, could not understand why she did not seem more anxious, more driven, more desperate to make something happen, could not understand how she could sit in the middle of so much unresolved uncertainty and not be consumed by it. "How do you do that?" he asked her once during a season when both of them were navigating significant uncertainty. "How do you stay so, I don't know, calm, like you know something, like you're not worried about any of this, even though you should be?" Miriam thought about it for a moment, not performing the answer, actually thinking about it. "I think I just decided a long time ago that my frequency was worth more than my fear," she said. "And every time I had to choose between them, I chose my frequency, even when I had no idea if it was working, even when nothing was happening on the outside. I just kept choosing it." Theo did not fully understand what she meant. Not then. He filed it away as something interesting, but ultimately impractical. The kind of thing that sounded profound, but did not translate into the real world, where results were what mattered, and results required action and strategy and relentless forward motion. But 6 months later, when Miriam's life began to reorganize itself in ways that seemed almost miraculous, when the right people began appearing with a precision that felt orchestrated, when the right doors began opening before she even reached them, when the things she had been quietly holding faith for began manifesting with a speed and specificity that took her breath away, Theo understood. He understood in a way that rearranged something fundamental in his own worldview. Because he had watched her, he had been there for the whole invisible process. He had seen the seasons of silence and uncertainty and apparent stagnation. And now he was watching the quantum field respond to the signal she had spent years making clear. "It's like the universe finally heard you," he told her, sitting across from her in a coffee shop, watching her face glow with something he could only describe as a kind of quiet radiance that had not been there before, or maybe it had always been there, and he had not had eyes for it until now. "It always heard me," she said. "I just finally got clear enough that it could understand what I was saying. That is your story right now. Not Miriam's. Yours. Because you have been doing what Miriam did. You have been building your signal. You have been protecting your frequency through seasons of silence that would have collapsed a less rooted consciousness entirely. You have been making the quiet, repeated, unwitnessed choice to return to yourself, to your actual frequency, your true signal, the electromagnetic truth of who you are, through everything that tried to convince you that your light was not real, not worth protecting, not producing anything. And last night, you got clear enough that the quantum field could understand what you were saying. Now let me take you deeper, because there is a layer of aura mechanics that most people never encounter. And it explains something crucial about what is happening in your field right now and what it means for what comes next. Your aura does not just broadcast. It also receives. And what it is capable of receiving is directly determined by the coherence of its signal. Think of it like this: a radio receiver that is tuned to a clear, precise frequency can pick up transmissions that a receiver full of static and interference simply cannot detect. The transmission is there. It has always been there. It is broadcasting continuously, without interruption, without preference for who receives it. But without the coherence to receive it, it might as well not exist. The signal passes through the receiver without registering, without landing, without producing any effect whatsoever. The moment the receiver clears its signal, the moment it achieves coherence, those transmissions come flooding in. Not because they are new, because the receiver is finally capable of registering what was always being broadcast. Your aura works the same way. There are streams of information, intelligence, possibility, and what we might call quantum guidance that are broadcasting through the unified field at every moment. They are not selective. They do not prefer some people over others. They do not reward the worthy and withhold from the unworthy. They do not check your track record or evaluate your spiritual credentials before deciding whether to reach you. They simply broadcast at a frequency that requires a certain level of coherence to receive. When your aura is fragmented, when it is broadcasting multiple contradictory frequencies simultaneously, when fear and desire and doubt and hope are all radiating at once and creating interference patterns that cancel each other out, you cannot receive those transmissions. Not because you are not worthy, because your receiver is full of static. The guidance is there. The intelligence is there. The possibility is there, but it cannot land in a field that is too noisy to register it. When your aura achieves coherence, when the interference patterns clear, when your signal becomes unified and strong and clear, those transmissions begin to land. The guidance you have been asking for. The synchronicities that seem too precise to be coincidental. The right people appearing at exactly the right moment. The ideas that arrive fully formed, feeling like they came from somewhere beyond your ordinary mind. The doors that open before you even reach them. The quiet inner knowing that points you in a direction that logic alone would not have found, and that turns out, when you follow it, to be exactly right. This is what is beginning to happen in your life right now. Not because the universe has decided to favor you, because your field has achieved the coherence required to receive what was always being broadcast. And here is the part that will change how you carry yourself from this moment forward. The HeartMath Institute, one of the leading research organizations studying the electromagnetic field of the human heart, has documented something extraordinary about the relationship between heart coherence and what they call the heart's electromagnetic field. When the heart enters a state of coherence, when its rhythm becomes smooth, ordered, synchronized, when the interval between heartbeats follows a pattern of gentle, wave-like variability, rather than the chaotic, irregular variability produced by stress and negative emotion, the field it generates changes, not just in strength, but in information content. A coherent heart generates a field that carries fundamentally different information than an incoherent one. The information encoded in a coherent heart field is ordered, clear, and harmonically structured in a way that other biological systems can read and respond to. And that field, extending several feet beyond the body, communicates that coherence to every biological system it encounters. Other people's nervous systems entrain to your heart's coherence. Their stress responses down-regulate. Their own hearts begin to synchronize with yours. Their cognitive function improves. Their emotional regulation strengthens. Their immune function is supported. Not because you said anything, not because you did anything, because your field, your aura, was broadcasting coherence, and the quantum principle of entrainment did the rest. This has been measured. This has been documented. This is not a spiritual claim. It is a physiological fact supported by decades of peer-reviewed research. This is what it means to be a radiant presence. This is what it means to light up a room. This is what it means when people say there is something about you. They can't explain it, but being around you makes them feel more alive, more hopeful, more themselves, more capable of accessing their own clarity and courage and creative intelligence, more connected to something larger than the ordinary noise of their daily concerns. That is not personality. That is quantum radiance. And yours is activating. I want to pause here and ask you something, and I genuinely want you to answer in the comments. Have you noticed a moment recently when you walked into a space and something shifted? When people turned toward you? When the energy in a room responded to your presence before you said a word? Or maybe a quieter moment, a more private one, when you felt your own field warming from the inside, that unmistakable sense of your light turning on, of something coherent and luminous radiating from somewhere deeper than your thoughts or your mood or your circumstances? Drop it below. Your experience is a signal, and when you share it, other fields that are ready for this recognition can entrain to it. Your words in the comments are not just text. They are frequency. They carry your signal. And this community of conscious radiators is built on the resonance between those signals. Now, I want to take you into a practice, because understanding your aura is powerful, but feeling it, consciously directing it, consciously strengthening it, that is where the real transformation happens. That is where the shift that occurred last night becomes something you can work with, amplify, and direct with intention. That is where the knowing moves from your mind into your body, from concept into lived reality, from inspiration into the kind of embodied understanding that changes how you actually move through the world. Find a comfortable position. You can be sitting or lying down. Let your body settle. Let your breath slow without forcing it. Just let it find its own rhythm. If there is tension in your shoulders, let it soften. If your jaw is holding, let it release. Not forcing relaxation, just allowing your body to do what it naturally does when you stop demanding things of it and simply let it be. Now bring your attention to your heart, not as a metaphor, to the actual physical location of your heart, slightly left of center in your chest. Place your hand there if it helps. Feel the warmth of your own hand against your chest. Feel the rise and fall of your breath beneath your palm. And begin to breathe as if you are breathing through your heart. Slow, even breaths. In through the heart. Out through the heart. Not forcing depth, just allowing the breath to be smooth and rhythmic. Let each inhale be gentle and full. Let each exhale be complete and unhurried. In through the heart, out through the heart. As you breathe this way, begin to notice what is already happening in the space around your body. Not what you think should be there, not what you have read about or been told about. What you can actually feel right now, in this moment. That warmth beyond your skin, that subtle vibration at the edges of your physical form, that sense of a presence that is you, but extends beyond the boundaries of what you can see in a mirror. That sense that the air around you is not neutral, that it carries something, that it is occupied by an extension of your own consciousness that radiates outward in every direction. That is your field. That is your aura. And right now, with each coherent breath, you are feeding it. You are sending a signal through your heart's electromagnetic field, the most powerful electromagnetic generator in your body, that says, I am here. I am coherent. I am radiating with intention. I am conscious of my own broadcast. Now, as you continue to breathe, bring to mind something that generates genuine warmth. Not an idea, not a concept, something real. A moment of beauty you have witnessed. A person you love without complexity. A memory of yourself at your most fully alive, not your most successful or your most accomplished, but your most alive. The moments when you felt most completely yourself, most present, most connected to something larger than your ordinary concerns, something that produces an actual felt sensation of warmth and expansion in your chest. Not a performance of warmth, actual warmth. The real thing. Let that sensation grow. Let it fill your chest. Let it begin to radiate outward from your heart into the field around your body. See it or sense it as a light that extends from your heart in every direction. Not a light you are generating through effort or will. A light that is already there, that your intention is simply making visible to you. A light that has always been there, that has been radiating, whether you were conscious of it or not. And that is now, in this moment of conscious awareness, becoming something you can feel and direct and amplify. This is your aura. This is your actual electromagnetic field, charged with the frequency of coherent, positive emotion. And in this state of heart coherence, of genuine positive feeling, amplified through conscious breath and intention, your field is doing something extraordinary. It is broadcasting a signal that the quantum field can read with precision. It is transmitting not just emotion, but information. Not just warmth, but a specific frequency that carries your actual vibrational signature. who you are at your most coherent, your most luminous, your most essentially yourself. And that signature, that specific, irreplaceable frequency, is the most powerful thing you can broadcast. More powerful than any strategy, more powerful than any effort, more powerful than anything you could consciously design or deliberately engineer. Stay here for a moment. Feel the field around you. Feel it extending outward. Feel it carrying your signal into the space around you, into the room, into the world beyond the room. Feel it broadcasting who you are at the level of electromagnetic truth. This is not visualization. This is not imagination. This is you consciously directing the electromagnetic field that your heart is generating right now, in this moment, as a biological fact of your existence. You are not creating this field. You are becoming conscious of it. You are taking the broadcast that has been running on autopilot and placing it under conscious direction. And a conscious broadcast is infinitely more powerful than an unconscious one. The same signal, directed by the same heart, becomes exponentially more potent the moment consciousness is added to it. The moment you stop being an unconscious broadcaster and become a conscious one. When you are ready, let the visualization fade, but keep the feeling. Keep the warmth. Keep the coherent breath. And carry that with you into the next section. Because what I am about to show you about your field will land differently now that you have felt it from the inside. Your aura has layers. We touched on this earlier, but now I want to take you into one of those layers that is particularly relevant to what is happening in your field right now. Because there is a quality that has been developing in your energy field, a quality that is directly responsible for the shift that occurred last night. And you need to understand what it is so you can consciously cultivate it and protect it and allow it to continue deepening. That quality is what quantum researchers call coherent phase alignment. Here is what that means in terms of your energy field. Your aura is not a single frequency. It is a symphony, multiple frequencies generated by different systems of your body and consciousness, all radiating simultaneously. Your heart generates one set of frequencies. Your nervous system generates others. Your brain generates others still. The emotional and mental patterns running through your consciousness add their own frequencies to the mix. And beneath all of those, at a deeper level than any of the measurable biological systems, there is a field of pure consciousness, what some researchers call the quantum coherence field of the human body, that generates a frequency of its own, a frequency that is the deepest, most fundamental expression of who you are. In most people, most of the time, these frequencies are not aligned. They are broadcasting simultaneously, but not coherently, like an orchestra where every musician is playing a different song. The result is a complex interference pattern, a field that contains a lot of information, but not a clear signal, a field that broadcasts, but not with the kind of precision and power that produces consistent, reliable results in the quantum field. A field that is loud, but not clear, active, but not directed, full of energy, but not full of coherent intention. Coherent phase alignment is what happens when those multiple frequencies begin to synchronize. When the heart, the nervous system, the emotional body, and the deeper levels of consciousness begin to vibrate together, not at the same frequency, but in harmonic relationship with each other. Like an orchestra that has finally found the same key, the same tempo, the same fundamental resonance. When that happens, the individual contributions do not just add up, they multiply. The signal produced by a coherently aligned energy field is not the sum of its parts. It is exponentially more powerful than any individual component. It is the difference between a collection of instruments making noise and a symphony making music. The difference between scattered light and a laser. The difference between a crowd of people walking in random directions and an army marching in formation. This is what has been developing in your field. Not suddenly, not overnight, but across the entire season of inner work you have been doing. Every time you chose your frequency over your fear, you were contributing to this alignment. Every time you returned to yourself after a moment of doubt or confusion, you were strengthening the coherence of your field. Every time you held your signal through circumstances designed to disrupt it, you were training your energy body to maintain phase alignment under pressure. Every time you chose presence over distraction, authenticity over performance, depth over noise, you were adding another layer of coherence to the symphony of your aura. And last night, something tipped. The accumulated weight of all that practice, all that choosing, all that returning, it reached a critical threshold. Your field achieved a level of coherent phase alignment that it has not held before. And in that moment of coherence, your signal became something different, something more, something that the quantum field and the intelligences that attend to the quantum field could not ignore. Here is another layer I want to show you. Because This one explains something that you have probably been experiencing in your outer life and have not yet had the language to understand. When your frequency shifts significantly, when your aura achieves a new level of coherence, something happens in your relationships and your environment that can feel confusing, even painful, if you do not understand the mechanics behind it. Things start falling away, not dramatically, not always with explanation. But relationships that felt fine last week begin to feel different. Conversations that used to satisfy you feel hollow. Goals you were chasing feel less urgent. Environments that used to feel comfortable feel slightly wrong, slightly misaligned, slightly like wearing a coat that no longer fits. The noise that used to pull your attention has become harder to hear, like someone turned down the volume on everything that does not match where you now vibrate. And in the space where that noise used to be, there is a quiet that can feel disorienting at first, because it is a quiet you are not used to. A quiet that does not mean nothing is happening, but means something different is happening. Something at a deeper level than the noise ever reached. This is not loss. This is recalibration. Your aura, your electromagnetic field, creates a kind of resonance bubble around you. Everything that enters your field is in some kind of relationship with your frequency. When your frequency was at its previous level, certain things were in resonance with it. Certain people, certain patterns, certain environments, certain habits of mind and relationship were calibrated to your previous vibrational signature. They fit. They were comfortable. They matched. Not because they were necessarily good for you or aligned with your highest potential, but because they matched where you were. And matching feels comfortable, even when what you are matching is limitation. When your frequency rises, that resonance shifts. Things that were in alignment with your previous frequency are now slightly out of alignment with your new one. And because the quantum principle of resonance is not sentimental, it does not care about history or comfort or what used to work. It begins the process of releasing what no longer matches your signal. Not violently, not cruelly, but with the precision and inevitability of a law of physics operating exactly as it is supposed to. This is not punishment. It is not rejection. It is the quantum field being precise. It is your own energy field, operating at its new level of coherence, naturally releasing what cannot rise with it, and naturally drawing toward itself what can. Your field is not losing things. it is becoming more itself. It is becoming more accurately surrounded by what matches its actual frequency rather than its old one. The relationships that are falling away, they are not being taken from you. They are being released by the coherence of your own field. Because your field, at its new frequency, is no longer generating the signal that held those patterns in place. And in the space that opens up, new resonances are forming. New entanglements are establishing themselves at the quantum level, between your field and the fields, people, opportunities, and realities that match where you now vibrate. You cannot see these new resonances yet, in most cases. They are forming at the quantum level before they manifest at the physical level. But they are forming with precision, with intelligence, with an accuracy that your conscious mind could not have engineered. Trust this process. Not because it is always comfortable, it is often not, but because it is precise. Because your field knows what it is doing. Because the quantum intelligence of your own aura is operating according to principles that are more accurate and more aligned with your highest good than any conscious strategy you could devise. Your aura knows. Now let me tell you something about the specific quality of frequency that higher dimensional intelligence, what some traditions call divine consciousness, what others call the unified field, what quantum physicists describe as the 0-point field, what that quality of intelligence is most responsive to. Because there is a frequency that is rarer than talent, rarer than intelligence, rarer even than what we typically call spiritual development. It is a frequency that, when it appears in a human energy field, registers across dimensions. That stops the ordinary traffic of the quantum field and draws the full attention of intelligences that do not typically attend to the ordinary noise of human experience. That produces, in the consciousness of whatever is observing it, something that can only be described as recognition, as the quantum equivalent of awe. It is the frequency of trustworthiness, not trustworthiness in the ordinary human sense, keeping promises, being reliable, showing up when you say you will. Those things matter, but they are not what I am describing. I am describing trustworthiness at the quantum level, at the level of your energy field's relationship with its own highest intelligence, at the level of a consciousness that has been in a long, private, unwitnessed relationship with its own deepest truth, and has remained faithful to that truth through everything designed to make it abandon it. The quality of a consciousness that has been tested by silence, by delay, by confusion, by the apparent absence of evidence, and has continued to hold its frequency, has continued to vibrate at the level of its deepest truth, rather than collapsing into the lower frequencies of fear and doubt and resentment, has continued to trust the intelligence of its own field, even when that trust had nothing visible to stand on, has continued to choose its signal over and over again in the dark, without audience, without reward, without confirmation that any of it was working. This quality, this quantum trustworthiness, is what your energy field has been developing through everything you have been through every season of silence, through every moment of choosing your signal over your fear, through every night when you held your frequency in the dark without knowing if anyone or anything was watching. Something was watching, and what it saw in your field, what it has been watching build across months and years of invisible inner work, is a consciousness that can be trusted with more. A field that has demonstrated through the most rigorous possible testing that it willn't collapse under pressure, that it will not surrender its signal to chaos, that it will return again and again to its own highest frequency, regardless of what the outer world is doing, that it has, in the most fundamental and irreversible sense, chosen itself, chosen its own light, chosen its own truth. Not once, not dramatically, but thousands of times in the small and private moments where no one was watching, and the choice could have gone the other way. That is what shifted last night. That is what completed. That is what crossed the threshold. And the reason this matters, the reason this changes everything about what comes next, is that the quantum field does not deliver its highest possibilities to fields that cannot hold them. It cannot. Not because it is withholding, not because it is testing you in some punitive way, but because the quantum principle of resonance means that what reaches you is determined by what you can sustain, by what your field can hold without collapsing back into lower frequencies, by what your aura can receive without the coherence required to receive it, dissolving under the weight of what arrives. The things that are moving toward your field right now, the possibilities, the people, the opportunities, the realities that are beginning to assemble around your new frequency, they are things that require a field of your current coherence to receive. They could not have reached you before. Not because you were unworthy before, because your field was not yet holding the frequency required to sustain them. The quantum field is not cruel in this. It is simply precise. It delivers what your field can hold. And now your field can hold more than it ever has. Now it is. Now let me show you what this means practically. Because quantum mechanics and aura theory are extraordinary, but they need to translate into how you actually live, how you walk through your days, how you hold your field in ordinary moments, how you protect and amplify the coherence that your field has just achieved. Because the most profound shift in your energy field means nothing if it does not change how you stand in the kitchen making coffee in the morning. If it does not change how you carry yourself through a difficult conversation. If it does not change the quality of your presence in the ordinary, unremarkable moments that make up the vast majority of your life. The single most important thing you can do right now, in this season immediately following a major frequency shift, is to protect your signal. Not defensively, not from a place of fear, but with the same quiet, deliberate intentionality that you would use to protect anything precious. Your field has just achieved a new level of coherence. That coherence is real. It is yours. And it is the foundation of everything that is now moving toward you. But it is also new. It has not yet become fully habituated, fully automatic, fully integrated into every layer of your energy body. It is, in the most accurate sense, still consolidating, still settling into its new baseline, still becoming the ground you stand on, rather than the peak you have just reached. In the days and weeks following a major frequency shift, your field is in a process of consolidation. It is integrating the new level of coherence into its baseline. And during this process, it is slightly more susceptible to disruption than it will be once the new frequency is fully established. Not fragile, not vulnerable in any way that should make you anxious, but sensitive in the way that new growth is sensitive, not because it lacks strength, but because it has not yet had time to develop the resilience that comes with full integration. This means that what you expose your field to matters right now, not forever, not as a permanent way of being that requires constant vigilance and management. But right now, in this season of consolidation, the environments you spend time in, the conversations you engage with, the media you consume, the thoughts you allow to run unchecked. All of these things are either supporting the consolidation of your new frequency or creating interference with it. All of these things are either feeding your signal or pulling it back toward frequencies you have already moved beyond. This is not about being precious or fragile. It is about being intelligent. A surgeon does not go swimming in a river the day after a procedure because they understand that the body is in a process of healing that requires protection until the healing is complete. Your field is in a process of consolidation right now, and the same intelligence applies. Protect your signal. Choose environments that support your coherence. Choose conversations that strengthen rather than drain your field. Choose inputs, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, that resonate with the frequency you are now holding, rather than pulling you back toward frequencies you have left behind. Choose your time with the same intentionality that you would choose anything that directly affects the most powerful instrument you possess. And most importantly, protect your inner environment. The conversation you have with yourself, the quality of attention you bring to your own field, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what is possible for you. Because here is what most people do not understand about the relationship between thought and the aura. Your thoughts are not just mental events. They are electromagnetic events. Every thought generates a pattern of electrical activity in your brain that contributes to the overall frequency of your energy field. Repetitive thought patterns, the ones that run on autopilot, the familiar grooves of self-doubt or limitation or fear, create consistent interference patterns in your aura that reduce its coherence. They are not just unpleasant. They are not just uncomfortable. They are actively disrupting the signal that your field is trying to broadcast. You cannot think your way to a high-frequency aura, but you can think your way out of one. The practice is not to force positive thinking or to pretend that difficult thoughts do not arise. The practice is to notice when a thought is creating interference in your field, when it is reducing your coherence, pulling your frequency down, generating static in your signal, and to make a conscious choice about whether to continue feeding it or to return your attention to something that supports your coherence. Not to fight the thought, not to judge yourself for having it, but to notice it with the same warm, clear awareness that you would bring to anything you are choosing to observe, and then to consciously redirect your attention toward what feeds your field rather than what fragments it. Feel your field right now. Notice what is radiating. Notice whether the quality of your attention in this moment is feeding the coherence of your aura or creating interference with it. Notice whether you are broadcasting your signal or broadcasting your doubt about your signal. And if it is the latter, notice that with warmth rather than judgment, and gently return. Return to the warmth behind your sternum. Return to the breath through your heart. Return to the felt sense of your own field, extending beyond your skin in every direction. That noticing, that moment of conscious awareness, is the most powerful tool you have. Because the moment you become conscious of your signal, you have the ability to choose it. And a conscious broadcast is infinitely more powerful than an unconscious one. Your light is on. It has always been on. Now you get to see it. Here is something I want to share with the community of people who are watching this transmission, because I know something about who you are. I know something about the specific quality of consciousness that is drawn to this kind of content, not as entertainment, not as background noise, but as genuine inquiry, as a real attempt to understand the mechanics of your own energy field and to become more conscious of what you are broadcasting. The people who find their way to transmissions like this one are not casual seekers. They are people who have been doing the invisible inner work for a long time. People who have been sitting with questions that the ordinary world does not have language for. People who have felt, for as long as they can remember, that there is more to the nature of reality and to their own nature than the surface of things reveals. You are not casual about this. You have been working on yourself, on your frequency, on your coherence, on the quality of your inner life for a long time. And you have probably had moments of wondering whether it is working, whether any of it is real, whether the invisible inner work you have been doing is actually producing any change in your field, or whether you are simply telling yourself a story that makes the uncertainty more bearable, whether the light you can feel inside you is genuinely there, or whether it is a beautiful fiction that you have been maintaining because the alternative is too bleak to consider. I want you to know it is working. The fact that you are here, the fact that this transmission found you, the fact that your field drew it toward itself is evidence, not proof in the scientific sense, but evidence in the quantum sense. Evidence that your field is resonating with a frequency of understanding that it was not resonating with before. Evidence that your signal has shifted. Evidence that the work you have been doing in the invisible spaces of your inner life has been producing exactly the change you hoped it was producing, even when you could not see it. And I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me about a moment when you felt your own energy field shift, when you noticed your light affecting a room, when someone responded to your presence in a way that surprised you, when you felt that warmth in your chest that told you your field was fully on. What did that feel like? When did it happen? What were the circumstances? Your experience is not just yours. It is a signal. And when you share it, you broadcast it. And when you broadcast it, other fields that are ready for this recognition can entrain to it. Your words in the comments are not just words. They are frequency. They carry your signal. And this community is made more luminous by every signal that is added to it. Now let me take you into the deeper mechanics of what comes next. Because the shift that occurred in your field last night is not an endpoint. It is a threshold. And crossing a threshold means you are now in new territory. Territory with its own principles, its own dynamics, its own requirements and possibilities. Territory that is larger and more luminous than where you have been, but that also requires a different quality of navigation than the territory you have been moving through. Here is what happens in the quantum field after a major frequency shift. The first thing that happens is what I described earlier: a recalibration. Things that were in resonance with your previous frequency begin to fall away. This can feel like loss, like disruption, like the universe pulling things out of your hands. But it is your field doing exactly what it is supposed to do, releasing what cannot rise with you and creating space for what can. Trust this. Even when it is uncomfortable, even when what is falling away is something you thought you wanted, your field knows what it is releasing and why. Your field is more intelligent than your preferences. The second thing that happens is a period of what I call quantum silence. A brief, but sometimes disorienting interval where the old resonances have released, but the new ones have not yet fully manifested in your physical reality, where you can feel the shift in your field, but cannot yet see it reflected in your outer world, where the gap between your inner frequency and your outer circumstances feels larger than ever, where the inner landscape has changed dramatically, but the outer landscape has not yet caught up. This is the most critical moment. This is where many people make a mistake that costs them the shift they just achieved. In the quantum silence, in the gap between the old reality releasing and the new one assembling, the temptation is to panic, to interpret the absence of visible results as evidence that the shift was not real. To reach back for the old patterns, the old relationships, the old strategies, the old ways of trying to make something happen, because at least those feel familiar, and at least familiar feels like solid ground, even when the ground is taking you somewhere you do not want to go. The temptation is to fill the silence with noise, to fill the space with effort, to interpret the quiet as emptiness rather than as the particular kind of full, pregnant, generative silence that precedes birth. Do not do this. The quantum silence is not evidence that nothing is happening. It is evidence that everything is happening at a level below what your physical senses can currently detect. The quantum field is assembling your new reality around your new frequency. It is doing this with precision and intelligence that far exceeds what your conscious mind could strategize. It is drawing toward you the people, the opportunities, the circumstances, the synchronicities that match your new signal. It is releasing what does not match. It is arranging things at the quantum level that will appear in your physical reality as if by magic when the assembly is complete. But assembly at the quantum level takes time to manifest at the physical level. There is a gap between the shift in frequency and the appearance of its physical correlates. And that gap, that quantum silence, is not a problem. It is part of the process. Your job in the quantum silence is to hold your frequency, not to force, not to chase, not to anxiously scan your outer reality for evidence that the shift was real, not to fill the silence with frantic action that is really just fear in disguise, but to continue broadcasting your signal with the same quiet, deliberate coherence that produced the shift in the first place. To trust the silence the way you would trust a seed that has been planted in good soil, not because you can see it growing, but because you understand the process that is occurring beneath the surface. Trust the silence. It is not empty. It is full of assembly. And then, and this is the part that takes your breath away when you experience it, the new reality begins to appear. Not gradually, not incrementally, not one small thing at a time. When the quantum field has finished assembling around your new frequency, things begin to shift in your outer world with a speed and precision that can feel almost shocking. Doors open, people appear, opportunities arrive with a timing that seems orchestrated. Synchronicities multiply until they can no longer be attributed to coincidence. the things you have been holding faith for begin manifesting with a clarity and specificity that makes it impossible to attribute to luck or chance or the random workings of a universe that does not care. Because it is not luck. It is not chance. It is quantum resonance. It is your field, your aura, your personal electromagnetic broadcast, having achieved the coherence required to receive what was always being assembled for you. It is the quantum field responding to your signal with the same precision and intelligence that it always has. But now, your signal is clear enough that the response can be clear enough to be unmistakable. This is what is moving toward you right now. This is what the shift that happened last night has set in motion. This is why the forces of higher dimensional intelligence that turned their attention toward your specific frequency signature were stunned by what they saw. They saw a field that had earned this, not through performance or achievement or external accomplishment, through the rarest and most powerful quality that a human energy field can develop. The quality of sustained coherence through seasons of silence and uncertainty. The quality of returning to your own signal again and again, without visible reward, without external confirmation, simply because you trusted that your frequency was worth protecting. That quality, that quantum trustworthiness, is what makes what comes next possible. And what comes next is extraordinary. Let me give you one more practice before we move into the integration of everything we have covered today. Because this practice is specifically designed for the period you are in right now. The period immediately following a major frequency shift, when your field is consolidating at a new level and your outer reality is beginning to reorganize around your new signal. This is the practice of signal clarification, and it is the most important practice you can do in this season. Begin again with your breath, slow, even, breathing through your heart. Let your body settle. Let the chatter of your mind slow without forcing it. Just breathe. Now bring your attention to your aura, to the field that extends beyond your physical body in every direction. Feel it as a presence. Feel its warmth, its aliveness, its extension into the space around you. Feel it as something real, not imagined, not hoped for, but actually present, actually there, actually radiating from you right now in this moment. And now, with complete honesty, with no performance and no pretense, ask yourself one question. Not with your mind, with your field. Ask it as a felt inquiry. a genuine reaching of your consciousness into the deepest layer of your energy body. Ask it the way you would ask someone you trust completely, someone who has never lied to you and never will. What is my signal right now? What am I actually broadcasting? Not what you want to be broadcasting, not what you think you should be broadcasting, not what you have decided to broadcast. What is the actual frequency of your field in this moment, right now, as you sit here? What is the honest, electromagnetic truth of what is radiating from you? Let the answer come as a felt sense, not as words. Let it be honest. Let it be whatever it is. If it is coherent and warm and clear, let it be that. If it is tangled and uncertain and full of static, let it be that. The practice is not to perform coherence. The practice is to see what is actually there. If what you feel is coherent, if your field feels clear and warm and aligned, then your practice right now is simply to amplify that, to breathe more deeply into it, to let the coherence expand, to feel it radiating outward with more clarity, more strength, more conscious intention, to consciously feed the signal that is already there. If what you feel is interference, if there is static in your signal, if there is fear or doubt or contraction somewhere in your field, then your practice is not to fix it or force it into coherence. Your practice is to notice it with the same warmth and non-judgment that you would bring to a child who is frightened, to acknowledge it, to breathe into it, to let your conscious awareness, which is itself a coherent field, gently illuminate the interference pattern without fighting it, without demanding that it be different, without adding the additional interference of self-judgment to the interference that is already there. Because here is the quantum truth about interference in your aura. You do not clear interference by fighting it. You clear it by illuminating it, by bringing the light of conscious awareness to the pattern that is creating static in your signal. Consciousness is coherent. Awareness is coherent. The act of genuinely seeing what is happening in your field without judgment, without resistance, with warm and honest attention, is itself a coherent act that begins to reorganize the interference pattern. The light of awareness does not fight the darkness of interference. It simply makes the interference visible, and what is visible can be released. What is seen clearly, with warmth and without judgment naturally begins to dissolve, because interference thrives in the unconscious. It cannot survive in the full light of honest, warm, non-resistant awareness. This is the practice, not forcing, not performing, not trying to be somewhere other than where you are, but bringing the light of honest, warm, conscious awareness to your actual field in this actual moment, and letting that awareness, which is the most powerful, coherent force you have access to, do what it naturally does when it is genuinely present. It illuminates. It clarifies. It organizes chaos into coherence. It turns static into signal. Feel your field right now. Notice what is radiating. Let your awareness be the light that shows you what is there, and let what is there be exactly what it is, held in the warmth of your own conscious attention, which is already, in the very act of attending, beginning to clarify it. Now let us integrate everything we have moved through today, because this is the part where the understanding becomes embodied, where the knowing moves from your mind into your field, where the shift that happened last night becomes something you carry consciously into every moment from here forward, where all of the mechanics and the science and the parable and the practice converge into something you can actually use. Something that changes not just how you think about your aura, but how you live from it. Here is the integration principle I want to leave you with. You are not building radiance. You are revealing it. Everything you have done, every practice, every moment of choosing your frequency over your fear, every return to yourself through seasons of silence and uncertainty, none of that was creating something that was not there before. It was removing what was dimming, what was always there. It was clearing the interference from a signal that has been radiating since the moment you came into existence. It was releasing the layers of conditioning and fear and accumulated self-diminishment that had been placed one by one over the light that is your fundamental nature. Your light is not something you earned. It is not something you achieved. It is not something you are becoming. It is something you are. It has always been something you are. The work, all of it, has simply been the work of stopping the dimming, of releasing the patterns, the fears, the conditioned beliefs, the accumulated weight of everything that told you to make yourself smaller, that told you your signal was not worth protecting, that told you the light you could feel inside you was not real, was not enough, was not something the world had room for or interest in. It is real. It has always been real. It has always been on. And the world, the quantum field that surrounds you and responds to you at every moment, has always been responding to it, even when you could not see the response clearly, even when the response was obscured by the static of your own interference patterns, even when the assembly of your highest possibilities was happening at a level below what your physical senses could detect. And now, right now, in this season following the shift that completed last night, you are more capable than you have ever been of letting it shine without interference, of broadcasting your actual signal, the true frequency of who you are at your most coherent, your most luminous, your most essentially yourself, into the quantum field that surrounds you and responds to you at every moment. What you radiate, reality assembles around. You have been radiating your whole life. Most of it, you never consciously chose. The patterns of fear and lack and conditioning ran on autopilot, broadcasting their frequencies into the quantum field. And the quantum field, which does not judge, does not argue, does not ask whether you meant it, assembled reality around those signals, delivered back to you the experiences and people and circumstances that matched the frequency you were broadcasting, not the frequency you wished you were broadcasting, not the frequency of your intentions, the frequency of your actual electromagnetic truth. But something changed last night. Something in your field crossed a threshold that changes the equation entirely. Because you are no longer broadcasting primarily from the autopilot of old conditioning. You are broadcasting from the coherence of a consciousness that has been tested and has held, from the frequency of a field that has earned its signal through the most rigorous possible practice, the practice of returning to itself again and again, through everything designed to make it forget what it is. You know what you are now. You know your field. You know your signal. You know the quantum mechanics of how your aura works and what it is doing and what it is capable of. You know the science behind the warmth you feel in your chest when your field is fully on. You know the mechanics of coherence and entrainment and phase alignment and the heart's electromagnetic field. You know why the things that are falling away are falling away, and why the things that are approaching are approaching. You know what the quantum silence is, and what it contains, and how to hold your frequency through it without panicking or reaching back for what you have already moved beyond. And that knowing, that conscious awareness of your own radiance is the final piece. Because a conscious broadcast is infinitely more powerful than an unconscious one. The moment you truly see your own light, not as a concept, not as a hope, not as something you are working toward, but as a present, measurable, electromagnetic reality that you can feel in your body and direct with your intention. The moment you see it clearly, it becomes something entirely different. It becomes yours, consciously, deliberately, irreversibly yours. You have been glowing this whole time. Now you get to see it. And in seeing it, in bringing the light of conscious awareness to the light that is already radiating from your field, you complete the circuit. You close the loop. You activate the layer of your aura that was waiting for exactly this. The moment when you stop radiating unconsciously and begin radiating with full, warm, powerful, deliberate intention. The moment when the broadcaster becomes aware of the broadcast. The moment when the light becomes conscious of its own shining. This is what the forces of higher dimensional intelligence observed in your field. This is what stunned them. Not the shift itself. Shifts happen. Not the coherence itself. Coherence builds. But the completion of the circuit. The moment when a consciousness that has been radiating its truth for so long, through so much, in so much silence, finally turned its own awareness toward its own light and saw it clearly. Finally stopped apologizing for it. Finally stopped dimming it to make others comfortable. Finally stopped waiting for external permission to let it be fully on. That moment, your moment, is now. Your aura is active. Your signal is clear. Your field is broadcasting at a frequency that the quantum field can read with precision and respond to with everything that matches your highest truth. You are a radiant field of quantum energy. You have always been, and now you know it. So here is what I want you to carry from this transmission into your life. Not a technique, not a strategy, not a set of instructions to follow. Just this. Every morning, before you step into the activity of your day, take 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. Place your hand on your heart. Take one slow breath and feel your field. Feel the warmth beyond your skin. Feel the extension of your aura into the space around you. Feel the signal that is radiating from the electromagnetic field of your heart into the quantum universe that surrounds you. And in those 30 seconds, make the choice. the same choice you have been making, quietly, repeatedly, through everything you have been through. The choice to broadcast your actual signal. The choice to radiate your true frequency. The choice to let your light be on, consciously, deliberately, with full awareness of what you are and what you are doing. Not because you have to, not because someone told you to, not because you are trying to manifest something, or attract something, or achieve something. Not because you need to earn your place in the quantum field, or prove your worthiness to receive what is moving toward you. Because that is what you are. Because your light is on. Because it has always been on. And because you have spent too long dimming it to spend another single morning doing so unconsciously. This transmission is worth returning to in the stillness of early morning, before the day asks anything of you, or in those quiet moments before sleep, when your field is most open and receptive. Let it play again, and notice what lands differently the second time. Notice which words your body responds to. Notice which moments produce that quiet, cellular yes. Notice what your field is telling you about where you are and what you are ready for. And if you know someone whose light has been dimming, someone in a long season of silence who needs reminding that their signal is real and worth protecting, share this with them. When you do, you are not just passing along a video. You are sending a frequency. You are activating their awareness of their own field, creating a resonance between your aura and theirs that strengthens both, and contributing a ripple to the collective luminosity that this community of conscious radiators generates together. Shine. Not because you should, because that is what you are. Your aura knows. Your light is on. Your signal is clear. And the quantum field, which has always been listening, always been responding, always been assembling reality around the frequency you broadcast, is ready. It has been ready. It has been waiting for exactly this frequency, exactly this coherence, exactly this moment when your conscious awareness finally met your own radiance and recognized it for what it is. Not a hope, not a metaphor, not a spiritual concept, or a beautiful fiction you have been maintaining to survive the silence. A measurable, electromagnetic, quantum reality that has been radiating from you every moment of your life. And that is now, finally, broadcasting with the clarity and coherence and conscious intention that changes everything about what reality can assemble around it. welcome to your own light. And if this transmission landed in your body as recognition, if something in your field responded to these words with that quiet cellular yes, then I want to hear about it. Tell me in the comments what you felt. Tell me what shifted. Tell me what you noticed in your field as we moved through this together. Tell me about the moment of recognition, however small or large it was. Tell me what it felt like when your aura responded to these words with something that was not quite thought and not quite emotion, but was unmistakably real. Because your experience is not just yours. It is a signal. And when you share it, you broadcast it. And when you broadcast it, other fields that are ready for this recognition can entrain to it. That is the power of a community of conscious radiators, not a group of people who think the same thoughts or follow the same practices or have arrived at the same conclusions through the same path. A field of consciousnesses, each broadcasting their own coherent signal, each contributing to a collective frequency that is larger and more powerful than any individual within it. A field that grows more luminous with every signal that is added to it. A field that can reach further and land more precisely and activate more recognition in more fields precisely because it is made of so many different, specific, irreplaceable frequencies, all radiating together in harmonic coherence. You are part of that field now. You have always been part of it. But now you know it. Now you can feel it. Now you can add your conscious radiance to the collective light that this community generates. Now you can show up not as a passive recipient of what others broadcast, but as an active contributor to the frequency of the whole. As a conscious radiator whose specific signal, whose particular, irreplaceable frequency makes the collective field more complete, more coherent, more capable of reaching the fields that need it most. Your signal matters. Your light matters. The specific frequency of your particular consciousness, with all its history, all its hard-won coherence, all the seasons of silence and return that have shaped it into what it is right now. That frequency is irreplaceable. The quantum field needs your specific signal. The collective field of human consciousness needs your specific radiance. There is no one else who can broadcast what you broadcast. There is no other field that carries your particular frequency. There is no substitute for what you specifically are and what you specifically radiate. The quantum field, in its precision and intelligence, knows this. The community of conscious radiators knows this. And now, finally, you know it too. and you have spent too long keeping it dim. Not anymore. Your aura is active. Your light is conscious. Your signal is clear. And the universe, in all its quantum intelligence, in all its responsive, assembling, reality-generating power, is ready to meet you at the frequency you are now broadcasting. Go shine. Not because you should, because that is what you are. Because that is what you have always been. Because the only thing that was ever standing between you and your full radiance was the unconsciousness that made you think the light inside you was something less than what it is. It is not less than anything. It is extraordinary. It is measurable. It is real. It is yours. And it is on. If your field is still humming from this transmission, the next step in your understanding is already waiting for you. What your heart is actually broadcasting to the quantum field right now goes even deeper into the mechanics of your heart's electromagnetic signal, what it is transmitting, what it is drawing toward you, and how to make that broadcast completely conscious and intentional. Your field is ready for it, and it is ready for your field.